Hello guys, today I'll give you a quick walkthrough of our platform Telemedicine. But before we start, let me give you a quick heads up about its business model, revenue model and stakeholders, or you can say various user types. So the business model of this platform is Telemedicine, which provides an e-consultation service between doctor and patient. The site owner is earning commission as revenue using this platform. This platform has three user types: doctor, patient, and admin. Here, doctor will be able to manage his or her appointments with a particular patient in a form of video call. Can also post these appointments. Doctor can prescribe medicines to the patient as well as can suggest medical reports to the patient. Patient will be able to search various products using different medical categories. Can also book an appointments. Admin will be able to manage the entire platform from the admin panel. So now, let's talk about an environments. For doctor, this platform is having web and app, both environments, to perform doctor-specific operations. For patient, this platform is also having web and app, both environments, to perform patient-specific operations. And for admin, this platform is having web environment to perform management-specific operation. Now, I hope that you guys have a basic idea about this platform and are also interested in all over the concept. So now let's take a quick drive of this platform.
Now let us get started with the applications in this telemedicine platform. We'll explore every user's application one by one. So first we will begin with the patient journey. So the patient can register on this telemedicine application just like he or she would register on any other on-demand application. So sign in as a patient and then enter the basic sign-up details. Once the sign-up is completed, the same credentials can be used to sign in to the application. After a successful sign-in, the patient can basically check whether he or she wants to go with primary care, other specialty, or join a call with meeting code. Next, he or she can view the available doctors who are a family medicine or a pediatrician or a basic any other MD or a physician. Below that, there are certain categories that the patient can choose. There's a nearby doctor available option wherein the patient can choose to see who are the doctors available online. There's a top rated section to check whether a doctor has got good ratings. On tapping one of the doctor's profiles, the patient can basically view all the details like where is the doctor located, who are the patients he has worked with, how many patients he has worked with, his experience, his ratings, and then book an appointment date and time that is suitable to the patient. On hitting confirm, there's a pop-up for a yes and no, and then the payment takes place from the patient's side. Apart from this, there is a your appointments section for upcoming and past appointments that the patient has or had booked. So all those details can be viewed in depth over here. Next is a search menu which a patient can use if he or she knows a particular doctor's name. Lastly, the profile management option allows the patient to manage or edit his or her profile. He or she can also check the video call history that he or she has had with doctors previously. There's also a reset password option over here and another easy to use and easy to access lab test reports section over here. The patient can basically share or download or even view the report from this section. The patient can choose to receive or not to receive the push notifications from the admin or the doctors. And lastly, there is a logout option. So yes, that is how a patient's registration and patient's menu options look like on our telemedicine application. Next, we will view a doctor's journey on this telemedicine platform. So, after a successful registration and signing in by the doctor on the telemedicine application, the doctor can basically set his or her status as to available or not available, that is off and on button. This can help the patients who are looking for a nearby doctor see whether this doctor is available or not. Then the doctor can basically check his personal information and edit his profile accordingly. There's also a reset password option, and there is also a logout option on the same screen. Now, whenever a patient has booked a direct call or has booked an appointment call with the doctor will straight away receive the video call request from the patient, and that way he or she can decline or accept the call. Within the call, the doctor can do a complete diagnosis, question the patient about his or her conditions and symptoms, and accordingly provide prescriptions. Once that is done, the patient basically receives good advice from the doctor, and that's it. The call then is declined. That's how the doctor's application works in a telemedicine platform. After exploring the journeys of a patient and a doctor's registration on the application and how their menu work, let us go ahead and see how a real-time request looks like when a patient gives a direct call to the doctor. So, in front of you, you can see two screens. First one is the patient's screen, second one is the doctor's app screen. So, when the patient has logged into the application and he looks for a doctor and he screens through the doctor profiles and selects one, he can then tap into the profile and go through the payment procedures. After the payment has been done by the patient, the doctor receives the call on his or her screen. Now, when the doctor is going to accept the phone call, the patient and doctor are online and they are talking to each other. They discuss the symptoms, the doctor provides his or her own advices, and then ends the call. Here, the patient receives that the doctor visit has ended when the doctor taps decline call or end call button. So this is how smooth a conversation or an online visit is in this telemedicine application. In order to build an app that allows the patients and doctors to collaborate and discuss the symptoms and find out the solutions to their ailments quickly, you can definitely get in touch with the experts at 𝐓𝐢𝐸 who will help you build a telemedicine application with your customizations. Get in touch today.
So apart from a patient booking a direct call in the real time, there's also another option that the patient has, that he can book an appointment for later. So he can schedule an appointment at a convenient time that is comfortable for him, and at that time the doctor will be basically taking that appointment schedule as per the convenience of the patient. So let us see how that flow exactly works over here in front of you. So again, you have two screens in front of you. One is the patient screen, the second is the doctor's screen. So let us first see that the patient is basically, after selecting the doctor's profile, going ahead and booking an appointment for later. So he or she is selecting the time, the date, and then making the payment with card. So it's a 15-minute slot, as you can see right now, and there's a little discount also that this customer is getting, and then the total is being paid via card. Now the booking of the appointment has already been done. That's what the application says to the patient. Now when you see on your right, the doctor is using the web panel. Doctor can use either the phone application or the web panel to access. Now he or she can see that there is a patient that has requested an appointment. So there is this new request that is already there. It is in the visit status pending, payment status also pending. So at the designated time, the doctor can then start a video call, and then it says that it is calling the customer. Now when the customer basically accepts the video call request from the doctor, both the doctor and patient can then discuss. After the discussion is over, the call can be declined, ended, and that is how a scheduled appointment with the doctor works like. So with this, the doctor's visit is also completed. As you can also see, the patient has received this pop-up notification in the application also. So yes, that is how both the book now and book appointment later features work in this telemedicine application. There can be many other modules that you can add in your telemedicine application. You can discuss the same with the business analysts at 𝐓𝐢𝐬𝐿. The last user, which is also very important for this telemedicine application, is the lab technician. Lab technician is basically the person who is working with the lab, and he or she is the one who performs the test on the patient that are prescribed by the doctor. So as usual, he or she can sign up and then log in on the application. So as you can see in front of you, the lab assistant is logging in onto the app. After a successful login, the lab technician can check the reports. So these are the upcoming reports and these are the past reports. So lab technician is not only the one who performs the test, but is also the one who delivers these test reports to the patient's address. Next is the change password app option, which is of course very important in order to change the credentials and login information. So over here, as you can see, on the way, which means that the lab technician is already on the way to deliver the particular lab report to the patient. Get directions option is when it is yet to be delivered to the patient's address, but the report is generated. So on tapping get directions, the lab technician can basically reach to the address. The status can be changed by the lab technician as per the progress in the work. In the tracking section, the navigation can help the lab technician to easily find the way. Once the lab technician has reached the destination, he or she taps on the same button. Then the status can be changed to upload report. Are you sure you want to upload report? Pop-up appears, and then allow option lets the lab technician upload the report either from a real-time picture or from the gallery. The attachment file is getting attached and then it has been uploaded successfully. The pop-up also says the same. So from the upcoming, basically this particular report delivery goes to the past delivery since it is already done and it is completed. So that is how the lab technician can operate the application of this telemedicine platform. In order to build a very robust telemedicine platform with your customizations and your changes as per your requirements in the panels and the applications, reach out to the team at 𝐓𝐢𝐬𝐿 and we will help you out with every single query that you have, and we will also help you to brainstorm the concept of your telemedicine application. That's it. That was the demo of our telemedicine platform. Thank you for watching.
Welcome to this video where we will be viewing all the panels and applications of a telemedicine application that we built recently. So let's get started with the admin panel first. As an admin or a super admin, the entrepreneur or the owner of the telemedicine app can first sign into the application using the basic login credentials. On signing in, the first screen that the admin can view is basically the dashboard. Dashboard has all the statistical details of how many enrolled doctors or the pharmacies or how many registered patients does he have on the platform. This also includes the number of total visits that the doctor and the patient have had. Also the total revenue that the platform has earned. Right below that, there are some latest visit details. The admin can view those, and along with those, he or she can also view the status of that latest visit, whether it has started or it is ended. Next on the menu is hospitals. So basically the admin can view the hospitals who are registered with the platform along with the name, their status and their address. Also, he or she can change the status of this particular hospital registered. Also can add new hospitals. Same goes with the registered doctors on the platform. The admin has the whole and sole right to view every single detail about the doctor. Also can perform different actions like edit their profile, delete their profile, or check the associated links with them. He or she can also add any new doctor on the platform. just like you can see one example over here. It also includes all the doctor's registered details, the license details, also the charges. Next is the company. So the admin can also add a particular company in the platform, and once that company has been created, and if there is any patient who is a part of that company, so that patient gets registered under that company's name. So for example, we have added a particular company's name, so any employee or a part of this organization who comes on this platform, registers himself or herself, can also add the same company's name. Next is the pharmacy. So how many pharmacies are registered with the platform along with their active or inactive status. Same goes with it, the same operations, and also addition of new pharmacies or deletion of the existing pharmacies from the platform. The admin can very easily control these things from the admin panel. Similarly, lastly, for the patients, the admin can check whether that patient is actively using this platform. He or she can also delete the registered patient. Same goes for business accounts. All the businesses that are registered with the platform, as we mentioned before. User can also be added from the same area. Next is the all visits details. So this is like one stop solution for all the visits. Whether these visits have been in progress or have they ended, what was the payment type, was it done through insurance or was it done through cash, or what was the payment mode. The lab test reports can also be viewed from here. The exact date of appointment, to which lab was assigned to perform the test, what is the status of the same. The admin can also view or basically download that test report. The next option on the menu is the category. Under the main category, there are specialty or primary cares that are registered. These categories can also be added. So these are for basically different type of medical services, whether it's a rheumat or a pulmonology or an orthopedic category. So like that, there are subcategories also that the admin can add. There are lab categories also that the admin can add. A lab can either provide one or all the services like 2D echo or X-ray or ultrasound. And lastly, the lab role. So basically the admin can view what is that particular lab's service that is being provided. The admin can basically add different types of lab roles also. Next is the notifications. So every single notification that goes on the platform can basically be checked from here. Also, any kind of new notification that the admin wants to send as a push notification to whichever user, so that can be controlled from here. The pending payment option, as the name suggests, shows what are the payments that are still pending to the doctors, and basically admin can hit the show check button in order to view a particular payment. Payment history, so whatever were the approved payments on the platform, those can be viewed from the history of payment options. Cash payouts option on the menu in this admin panel basically shows which were the payments that were done in cash by a particular customer to the doctor. So if there's anything that's pending or receiving, if there's any missed appointments, those can also be checked from here. Now it is very important for the admin to know what is exactly going on the platform. So the reports option allows the admin to view every single activity that is happening, every single booking that is being made, or every single visit that is being made between the doctor and the customer or the patient. So those all can be viewed from here. There's an option to convert or download this file in Excel, CSV or PDF format also. The filter and the search box option also enable the admin to filter out a certain report that they want to view. There are also lab test reports that the that were generated on the platform. So those can also be viewed by the admin over here. There is also a filter to help the admin search this in a better way. Under settings, the admin has the whole and sole right to basically launch a version update. These can either be the forced updates or these can be optional updates. And what will be the other settings, that means the default admin percentage and why do we need this info PDF. So all these basic small PDFs or documents that are attached on the website, or what is the admin percentage out of every single doctor's payment. So all of those things can be basically controlled right from here. There's no coding required. This admin panel is very easy to use. It's very user friendly for the admin. Next is the logs. So these logs are basically created by the doctors, and these logs provide in general information about the bookings. So these are done both by the doctors as well as there are also pharmacy logs over here. Then there's the qualifications. So basically a doctor can be either qualified for a particular position on the platform or can register as a particular position and role on the platform. So there are certain qualifications that are preset by the admin, so those can be changed or edited right from here. Then next is the subscription plans. So there's a yearly or a monthly plan that the user can basically subscribe to, and that's how they can benefit when they are earning any kind of amount from the visits. This mainly benefits the admin also. It's a great model. Lastly, there's a subscription history that the admin can view, who all had subscribed to which kind of a plan. And right side on the admin drop down, there's a profile, so the profile can be edited from there. There's a change password option for the admin to be accessed, and lastly there's a logout option. So this is a very wholesome admin panel of a telemedicine app that we have built and designed by ourselves. So in order to build one such platform, you should definitely get in touch with the designers and developers.
Alright.
In this video, we will be viewing the pharmacy's web panel. So every single pharmacy that is registered with this telemedicine app will also have login credentials that he or she can use in order to check whatever prescriptions he or she has received and that he or she has to give to the customers. So using the credentials, the pharmacy can log in. The first screen is of course the dashboard, wherein the pharmacy can see the patients he or she has served, total number of prescriptions that have been received from the doctor's end, and how many doctors are registered on the with the pharmacy. So below that, there are also more statistics about the pending prescriptions that the pharmacy still has to provide or still has to deliver to the customer. There's also a verification code in order to ensure that there is no hampering with the prescriptions happening. This is a very important feature of our pharmacy web panel in this telemedicine app. There's also a history of last 5 months prescriptions that the pharmacy can view. Next is the patients. So the patients who the pharmacy have already served, their gender, their phone number, who was the doctor who had prescribed them that particular medicine. So all those details can be seen here. Now under prescription, the subcategories are the pending prescriptions that are yet to be completed. By hitting the plus sign, the status can be viewed by the pharmacy, and the history of all the prescriptions that have already been delivered to the patients. When were they generated? When were they verified? What was the status of that particular prescription? At the end, there are some reports. So basically, the pharmacy owner can also generate customized reports according to the selected date filters. Also can convert or download these in Excel, CSV or PDF formats. So when the doctor has prescribed a particular medicine, how does that work? He or she is basically going to send a new prescription, is going to hit the create button, and whatever pharmacy he selects over there, along with the prescription details and the prescription image in an attached file, those things basically that are entered by the doctor in the real time come up as a pop-up notification to the pharmacy. So that is how it works in real time. Once the doctor has created a new prescription, it reaches out to the pharmacy, and over there for the pharmacy it is received in the pending prescriptions. So that's how it functions, that's how it works. See, as you can see, the details, the status is pending over here, and those are the same details that the doctor had just created. The image is also viewed over here, that was attached by the doctor. Then the pharmacy can act upon the status, accept or reject. And in the real time, the status also gets updated for the doctor in the doctor's panel. Then next, apart from the prescription history, the pharmacy can edit the profile details from the right hand side menu, can also change the password from the same right hand side menu. And yes, that's it. He or she can also log out the panel from here. So yes, that is how the pharmacy panel works in a telemedicine app.
Next is the doctor's panel on the telemedicine app. Let's start exploring the doctor's panel. So from the drop down, the doctor can select doctor and enter the user credentials. While signing up on this platform, the doctor's profile needs an approval from the admin. Post the approval, the doctor can receive the email for login credentials, and that's what he or she can use to log into the platform. So now after logging in, this is the first screen, the dashboard, and over here the doctor's name is displayed. Along with that, there are some statistics displayed, like the number of patients he has had word with, or how many pharmacies does he give the prescription to for the customers, and what is his or her own revenue, and that is the period of time also, which is mentioned along with that. Below that, there is a graph for how many patients appointments he has been receiving. That graph is actually pretty helpful in order to know what is the status. Last one over there is the latest appointments and latest transactions. So these are just dashboard statistical details that are mentioned. On hitting view all, the doctor can view the in-depth details. Alright, so the next on the menu is all visits. So doctor has basically given a visit, which means has had a video call or a chat or an audio call with the patient, and what was that patient's appointment date, the visit start date, the visit end date, how many times did they have that call, or what was the payment type, was it via card or was it via insurance, and how long was that visit or that call or consultation call was for. So all of those details are mentioned over here. Next, there's also the visit status, which is if it has started, it is pending, if it is already ended, what is the payment status along with that, and if there's any new prescription that the doctor has to prescribe to this patient, so he or she can do it from there. There's also a start video call option right on this panel. There's a notes section where the doctor can basically add on a few details about a particular patient's ailment. By hitting the create button, the doctor can basically add on the pharmacy's name and can prescribe a particular medicine. He or she can also attach a file of prescription. It can be an image, and the same prescription details then get popped up notification in the pharmacy's panel. So that's how the real-time working of a prescription works. Next is the lab test reports. So whichever lab test reports that the doctor had recommended the patient to get done with, so those are the details that are mentioned over here. If there are any reports that are pending yet to be taken, there's if any in progress diagnosis or the completed one. The doctor can also add the subcategory, can also add the business account user whom he or she is going to assign this, and yes, that's it, the report date and time. Then your patients, so doctor's patients list is basically given over here. Whatever prescriptions he is given, by pressing the I button he can check those and also perform any actions on the same. How many times that patient has taken an appointment, that is also mentioned over here. Patient's prescription, as the name suggests, on hitting the plus sign, the doctor can see more details about that particular patient, and what was the status of the same, what is the resent prescription, if he has to send the prescription again, if it has to be changed or anything. So along with all the details, he can send the same. Next is the availability. So the doctor can basically set his or her own available hours or time slots, and that can be appointment timing. So he or she can also set an appointment slot for the same. This can be customized according to the days of the week, whether he or she wants to work in a morning shift, evening shift, something like that. So all of those details can be seen here. The leaves, so the doctor can also be on a leave, so he or she can basically post about his or her own availability over here, and the dates can be mentioned. This leave can then be approved by the admin. Send new notification details can also be done from here. So doctor can send these notifications to his or her own registered patients. And payments, so there can be either pending payments which are yet to be credited or received by that particular doctor. He or she can also hit the check box and request a payout, and then the admin will basically approve the payout request. History of payments is a basic report of all the payments along with their status and payment type. By hitting the plus sign, the doctor can see more details about that particular patient. Reports is an independent menu module which is basically going to let the doctor generate a report customized according to the dates. Can also download the report in different formats, which is Excel, CSV and PDF. Notes management for my patient, doctor can basically manage the notes for every particular patient he has created. If he wants to remember some details, so he can mention those here. Lastly, COVID-19 logs. This is a very exclusive feature, and on the right hand side menu, he or she can change his profile details, edit the profile, can also accept new or established patients' requests, and can add the payout request details, that means the bank details or the card details where he wants the payments to be credited. Doctor charge can also be changed from here. The password changing option also exists in the same menu. The language can also be changed, and yeah, that's it. That is how the doctor's panel works on a telemedicine application.
The next very important panel in this telemedicine application is the lab holders panel. So while logging in, the lab holder can basically use the user credentials of the lab holder by selecting the user on the common login page. After a successful signing in, the lab holder can basically view the dashboard. This dashboard basically shows all the statistics that are related to the registered technicians, total test reports and the pending test reports to be done. Below that, there is also another statistical section that shows all the details of the patient along with doctors and the appointment dates of the reports. Next in the menu is the technicians. Over here, all the technicians that are registered with the lab can be seen. The lab holder or the lab owner can also add a technician's name who can perform tests. He or she can also perform actions like editing the profile or changing the status of the profile or completely deleting the technician's profile also. The last one is lab test reports, which basically shows all the status of the reports. Can also let the lab owner assign a particular lab test to a technician. Assigned lab technician's name also appears. From the right hand side menu, the lab holder can basically edit his or her profile along with the image and other details, and also can change the password. Lastly, he or she can log out from the same right hand side menu, and that is how the lab owner's panel works in a telemedicine application.
So guys, this is all about the core features of this platform. Other than that, there are many advanced features like lab management, staff management, hospital management, etc. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. Please get in touch with us to discuss more in a brief.